Welcome to PQs for Breakthroughs, where I coach you with powerful questions. I call them PQs to help you get unstuck so you can be unstoppable. You know, we all want fulfillment, but oftentimes it can feel elusive. Maybe much of what you do doesn't feel like it holds meaning, or you're losing passion for things you used to have passion for, or you feel like your work or the things you're doing are mundane. We sometimes keep doing things out of habit, not because they hold meaning, but for other reasons, like we don't want to have an uncomfortable conversation to change, or we're on autopilot with our time. And frankly, sometimes it can feel easier to just maintain the status quo. So here's the powerful question I have for you if this is where you are. You're wanting fulfillment, but it feels elusive. What used to be meaningful that isn't anymore? What used to be meaningful that isn't anymore? You know, the typical approach is to just keep doing what you've been doing, to move through life so quickly that you don't pause to reflect on what matters now. But I'm inviting you in this moment to pause. Take a breath and ask yourself this question. What used to be meaningful but isn't anymore? And then give yourself permission to change, to do something different. You know, I remember not being married, not having children, and then getting married, and immediately not only being married, but having 2 bonus daughters. And then within a year and a half, my son came along. So I went from being single and with no children to married with 3 children in the course of 18 months. But I kept the same pace and the same load in my work that I had had before, until one day my reality just bumped up against my schedule. And I realized that there were things that used to hold meaning for me that I didn't have room for in this season of my life. It was time for me to reevaluate, to say, you know what, there's some things that used to be meaningful, but right now there are things that are newly meaningful. And if I'm going to take the time for those things and fully embrace where I am right now, I'm going to have to let go of some old habits. And you know what? It's a healthy thing. It's a healthy thing for us to press pause and evaluate where we are. Because if we want a fulfilling life, we have to fill our lives with the things that hold meaning for us right now in this season. So what about you? What are the things that used to hold meaning and really don't anymore, really aren't fulfilling you in the same way anymore, really don't work for you? Maybe you don't even have time for them anymore. When I wrote It's About Time, the art of choosing the meaningful over the urgent, this was the important question. Sometimes seasons change, and we have to be willing to embrace those new seasons if we're going to experience fulfillment. If you want more advice, if you want more PQs, I invite you to go to valb.tv. And of course, if you want to check out the books, if you want to check out our coaching and training programs, you can go out to valerieburton.com. But until then, I hope you will choose the meaningful over the urgent. I'll talk to you next time.